This setup is one complete processing flow sheet including feeding, crushing system, grinding system, leaching pretreatment, leaching and activated carbon adsorption processing, gold-loaded carbon desorption, electrolytic stage, and tailing water recycle system. We can design or adjust the solution based on your mine situation and requirements. 1. Feeding plus crushing system. The raw gold stone feeds into a big hopper via an excavator. There is one chute feeder under the hopper for feeding the material into the jaw crusher evenly. The hopper can be made at the mine site at the client's request. The jaw crusher crushed rock from 340 millimeters to below 100 millimeters. The output from the jaw crusher is transported to the next fine jaw crusher by belt conveyor. The fine jaw crusher crushes rock from 60 millimeters to below 25 millimeters. The output from the fine jaw crusher is transported to the next vibrating screen by a belt conveyor. The gravel size is bigger than 25 millimeters and will back to the fine jaw crusher for crushing again. The smaller 25 millimeter output goes to the storage hopper before the ball mill via belt conveyor. Then transport the 0 to 25 millimeter fine gravel to the ball mill by a conveyor. There is one electromagnetic vibration feeder under the hopper as well. It's also for buffering and feeding the material evenly. 2. Grinding system. The ball mill grinds the fine gravel into fine powder to release the inside gold from rocks. The output from the ball mill goes to the hydrocyclone for classification. Then it returns the big sand to the ball mill for grinding again. To make sure the final output from grinding can meet 90% less than 200 mesh, 0.074 millimeters. 3. Gravity separator system. Works 24 hours a day, 25 tons per hour input capacity. The overflow of the ball mill and hydrocyclone will go to the centrifugal concentrator for concentrating the gold, and the shaking table for refining the gold concentrate from the centrifugal concentrator. 4. Leaching pretreatment. The tailings from the slurry pond will go to a thickener by a submerged slurry pump. Before the slurry is transported into the thickener, there is one safety screen to screen some waste first. The underscreen will go to the inside thickener directly. At the same time, the flocculant is added to the thickener. The overflow from the thickener goes to settling ponds, then the water can be recycled after precipitation. The underflow from the thickener will flow into a mixing tank, then use a slurry pump to pump the material into 2 leaching tanks. Related chemicals need to be added accordingly here. 4. Leaching and activated carbon adsorption processing. 7 pieces double impeller adsorption agitation tanks with carbon and roots blower work for adsorption agitation tanks. 5. Gold-loaded carbon desorption and electrolytic stage. The gold concentrates will be transported to a safety screen, then will go to a normal temperature, normal pressure desorption electrolysis system and a drying oven for gold mud. Finally, the gold smelting furnace melted the gold bar. 6. Gold-loaded carbon desorption and electrolytic stage. The gold concentrates will be transported to a safety screen, then will go to normal temperature and normal pressure desorption electrolysis system, and after that, there is a drying oven for gold mud. Finally, the gold smelting furnace melted the gold bar. 7. Tailing water recycling system. The tailing from adsorption agitation tanks will go to a linear vibrating screen for screening carbon first. The underscreen goes to the undertank or pond, then pumps to the giant cone pond or tank by a slurry pump. Then use a filter pump to feed the slurry into the filter press for filtering and recycling the water.